In today's video, we're going to be checking out a new plugin from Waves, which is part of their Curve series called AQ. Now this is, at least from what they tell me, the world's first autonomous EQ. And what that means is it can analyze and adjust sound on its own without needing manual input from the user. So basically the way the plugin works is you play the signal for 10 seconds or so, we'll get into this soon, and then it will give you 5 different EQ modes to choose from, and you can pick which one sounds the best for that source. And then you can get more detailed with it with different knobs and sliders. So I think the best way to go into this is just to get into it. So let's go. All right, so here is Curve's AQ. It looks rather futuristic. When you first open the plugin, it just says learn. And so what it wants you to do is play the audio so that it can learn it and figure out what kind of instrument or voice it is. And then it will give you different EQ curves based on that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna solo the vocal. This is from Keegan Miles. This is the song Patch It. I mixed and mastered it for him. He's a great artist. Make sure to check him out on stream platforms. Let's hit learn and play.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away. You know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine, oh mine.
All right, so now it's done its thing, and you can see it gives us 5 different EQ curves to choose from. Now, what is a bit interesting is detected Keegan as a female, and it doesn't sound like a female at all to me on that, but let's go here and we can switch it to male vocal, and you'll see it changes the EQ curves a bit. Now, we can even switch back and forth to male to female and see which one's better. There's no rules with that, and you could even put this as a hi-hat. So, you know, you can use this maybe in a creative way too, but for now, let's just stick to using the male vocal. Take a listen to the different suggestions it gave us.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away. You know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine. So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away. You know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine, oh mine.
Okay, so out of these batch, I like this one the best because the way it detected it. Let's switch to female and just see what that sounds like really quick.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away. You know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine, oh mine.
I actually like this one the best, and maybe it's because it's not doing quite as much as the others are doing. I do like the way it's clearing it out, but not taking the soul out of his vocal. Once you've figured out, yeah, we're gonna use this one, you can close this. And now you have your EQ set, and you could just end it right there. It's definitely cleared out the mud in the vocal, and it's given a little more presence to it, so I like what it's done to it. Now, let's say we wanted to change it up a bit. Well, that's where you can get into the more detailed stuff down here. You have this low range. This is affecting 151 and down. And then this is what they call the fundamental. So don't think of this thing like a regular EQ. It's slightly different. It's not like, oh, this is, you know, the band here. They do it differently. Then you have H, which is harmonics, the harmonic section of the vocal, and then the air. So if we want, we can go here and actually change the fundamental, right? We can move it, or you can boost and cut where that fundamental is. So that's some ways of changing what it has done to your vocal. Also down here, this is the main processing. So if we turn this down all the way, everything's gone, and then we can blend it back up all the way up. This is another way to dial it back or add more to what it's done. Let's play that and just play with these a little bit.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away. You know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me.
This is at 35 now. I can't honestly remember where it was before, but that sounds almost better to me. It's not so drastic, right? And then here, if we wanted to bring down the lows a bit more and maybe even shift them over a bit higher, we could do that too.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away, you know.
Already we have a couple different ways to manipulate this. Then you have these main sliders over here. These are blue, which is cut, and red, which is boost. So on this vocal, as you can see, it's definitely cutting more than boosting. And if we pull these down, it would remove all the cuts, but leave this little boost that it's doing here, or vice versa. We could remove the boost, say we don't want that fundamental boost there. We could do it this way.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away, you know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine, oh mine. I don't.
So that's another way we could manipulate this curve it's made, right? Brought that reduction down, but then boosted the overall effect so that we got some of that warmth of the harmonic that it was giving us. Also, on each band, as you can see, you can do that individually, which is nice. Say here we wanted this harmonic more, you can boost it up there or cut it back. Or maybe we feel like our mid-range, we're losing too much lower mids, so you could dial back the reduction just a bit there. So it's not so globally, it's just by band. It basically gives you 4 different bands to work with. All right, cool. So that's how you can start manipulating the curve it's giving you. We also have tilt, which is always fun to have. You can tilt the band up, and it also has different tilts. So if you just want to do a high tilt, you could do this. And now it's just doing the top, but not so much the bottom part, right?
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal.
Then it has this offset section, which is kind of interesting, and it moves the fundamental around, so it changes the way the curve sounds. And it could be a good way to dial it in if you liked something, but it wasn't quite close. Let's try that.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away, you know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you, babe. Look in my eyes and tell me, babe, you're mine, oh mine.
Another way to manipulate this whole thing. So while you first use this, you feel like it's a bit constricting. With all these different settings, you really can start manipulating the curve, and you start to notice why I say it's not like a regular EQ. It's done differently. It's a different intuitive way of doing it. Lastly, over here, you have dynamic and static, and it is what you probably think it is. This is more dynamic, and this is static with no compression. Check this out. I'm going to play it and bring it just to static, and so the movement will stop happening, but it will still have the curve.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna.
Now opposite, let's bring it to dynamic, and you'll hear the compression and dynamics working more.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away, you know that I'll be here for you, babe. Would never try to hurt you.
And back in the middle, it means it's 100/100. It's basically 50% of each. I kind of prefer it with the static up here, a little less dynamic, and I believe that's where it had set things up. So good to go on that. So those are the basic settings of how to get this thing working, and you can use this on anything, obviously. And then you do have advanced controls, which you might not need, but you can adjust the attack and release of the dynamics and the precision. And what this does is just makes all the dynamics a bit tighter. Let me play it for you.
So unreal, yet real, it's surreal. And if I had to choose somebody to seal the deal with, you would be here. Don't wanna let your love slip away, you know that.
So almost think of that as a cue for your dynamics. And then lastly, you have auto makeup, a limiter, and then the balance left and right, and then a mix knob. I like the fact that they have a mix knob because maybe some of these settings might be too strong. You could pull the mix back and then go from there. All right, so let's move on to something else. Let's bring up a kick and an 808, and we're gonna check out this mix sense, which is helpful in eliminating frequencies that might be getting in the way. All right, so first let's focus on this bass line, and we'll have it learn the bass part and see what it does adapting to that. All right, so now as you see, it has given us a synth bass adaptation, and then it's given us 5 different bands. So let's go through and see what it sounds like. All right, cool. So I kind of dig that one there. It's giving us a little more bass boost. You felt like it can't cut through more. It could just be a bit louder, and that's why I dig it. But regardless, it sounded the best to me when we played it in the mix. Now, with that bass boost, maybe we're losing the kick a bit more, and that's where this cool mix sense section can come in. So what we're going to do is sidechain the kick to this plugin. And so in Studio One, I just hit send, and it's now sidechained. And so now this mix sense is going to be working, right? So let's play it, and we're going to turn the mix sense up, and you'll notice the bass is going to be brought down a bit more. So that's pretty cool. You notice that when we put it in a bypass, not only does the kick kind of fall apart, there was this little less bass altogether. So not only are we boosting the bass and making it sound better with the curve AQ, also with the mix sense, we're sidechaining, so it's pulling that frequency out from the bass, which is A, making our kick stand out more, and B, in the final master or final mix gives us more headroom because there will be less bass energy, which, as we all know, takes up the most energy and can kill your mix bus. So pretty cool what it's done just with our bass and kick there. Let's try one more thing and go to the advanced controls and see if we pull the release down so it's faster, if maybe it will change the way it's sounding in a good way so the bass comes back quicker from the kick pulling it down. Yeah, I think that sounds a bit better, and we were able to bring the mix sense down a bit more because we don't need it to pull it that much, and we got a little more of the warmth back there. So really pretty sweet that we can change the bass sound and blend the sidechain together in one. All right, so that is Curves AQ by Waves. I love these new different plugins that aren't the same old freaking Neve 1073 EQ. This is different. This is something that will help us maybe get creative or give us a different sound that we might not have come up on our own, right? I'm going to be using this a lot, I'm sure. I like it on vocals. It could be a good like first plugin to put on your vocal just to clean up some of the mud and maybe, you know, pull down the boost it's doing, but just keep some of the cuts it's doing. I like how you can manipulate it and change it a little bit more to the way you want to use it. And it could be cool when you're just on a certain instrument and you're like, I don't know what I should do with this. Run it through, see if it changes the mix in a good or, you know, negative way. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, just get rid of the plugin. So let me know what you think about the plugin in the comments below. As always, if you need your song mixed or mastered, hit me up at mixedandmastermysong.com, and I will talk to you guys soon.